this brain surgeon who has over 30 years of experience gave his expert opinion, and they chose to dis- disregard that because they didn't want me to fight in the first place. And then this was also another interesting thing which I've never really talked about, which shows you how dirty the sport of boxing is. So as I prepared for the fight, I had a call from a guy who I knew to be part of the other guy's team, the David Morrow guy in team.
Right.
And I was like, why would this guy call me? So as he called me, I asked him directly, I was like, why are you calling me? Like, you're supposed to be part of Morrow's team. And then he lied to me, told me that, I'm no longer part of their team anymore. And I'll tell you how I found out he lied. So he was like, well, I'm calling you because we have a sponsorship deal for you. We want to give you $15,000 to wear this shirt and hat of this guy's company. He makes schoolers. And I was like, $50,000 just to wear that shit. That'd be easy money. But then at the time, my wife was like, I don't trust these guys. And then just like that, they were like, yeah, but they'll need, the owner's son to be in the locker room with me and to walk out with me. And like, why does a guy need to be in the locker room with me? Like, is he trying to put something in something, or what is he trying to do? Why does he need to walk out with me? So sick of that, it backed me up because me, I'm from GH. Charlie, 15,000 is free money like that. Why would I turn that down? But my wife thought it was probably best not to go with that offer because it would mean that they would have somebody in my locker room. So I turned it down, and it was on a weekend day that I turned that offer down, and by Monday, that was when they hit me with the MRI bullshit. So they got me off the card, and then they got a late replacement who the guy beat, obviously, because that was their plan all along. They didn't want to fight me. So Vegas would give me, they refused to give me the license. So I had to come back to Nashville. I had to do my own test. So I went to see a neurologist who also looked at the thing and agreed that there was no problem with me. And then I went to do a much more detailed, much more expensive MRI, which showed that there was absolutely nothing wrong with me. And then I presented the report to the commission. And I believe at that point they were in fear of a lawsuit, which my manager should have pursued anyway. But we ended up getting my license approved, but only, after it was too late because now the fight had already happened. So I went on social media. I talked a lot about the incident because they tried to destroy my career by telling me that I had a problem and I couldn't fight again. And no commission was going to approve me to fight if they thought that I had a problem with my brain. And the result of that was eventually I forced them to re-offer me the fight. But then this time they were going to do the fight in his hometown in Minnesota. And the problem with Minnesota, which I didn't realize, was they do not do any testing. And this is what the average boxing fan needs to realize, that if somebody decides to dope and train with steroids, and there are things that they can take on fight night too, you go hit them with, you shoot them safe. You go they come for it. Unless you shoot them for in head or in heart. And the average boxing fan doesn't understand that there are PEDs that have that effect that can make you almost invincible. So I walked into that fight that night literally screaming at the commission, telling them, hey, how is there no testing? Like, this is not right. This is a world championship fight. This is an interim world championship fight. This should be tested. And then they're just telling me to the face, the state of Minnesota does not require testing, so we're not testing. And this is the last Showtime event ever, the last boxing event on Showtime ever. And I'm about to walk out. What do you think I'm going to do? And I'm also, expecting to be paid because I'm a prize fighter. This is what we do. So if I refuse to fight, all the money that I've been invested in training, everything just goes down the drain. So it was just a lot of mental breakdown from the first fight being canceled and then getting ready for the second fight. I got ready for the second fight, partly in Las Vegas and partly in Nashville. And I just wasn't the same mentally, aside the fact that,
But even the stress of going around, going to different, all that shit go stress you, bro.
And then the fact that they were doping but wouldn't admit to it. That's why, because if you know they dope, why they fear say you go test? Yeah. I mean, if you don't have anything to hide out, let's test fully. You understand? Full random testing. But still, they know they won't do. So For me, it bit me like it hit me, you know, in the wrong way. But the thing is that the most I don't want to give up because of that. I understand that it's a difficulty that you have to overcome, and if you truly want something, you want it really bad, you'll find a way to get around it. And I know that I'm more than capable because, bro, I've sparred some of the best fighters in the world. I was in camp for 8 weeks with Canelo. We're doing 4 minute rounds, 4 minute rounds with only 30 seconds of rest in between. Bro, I was doing 10 rounds with him at the time. I was doing just fine, handling my own just fine. Out of respect to him, you know, I'm not going to disclose, you know, some of the things that went on inspiring, but the reality of the matter is I handled myself really well. Nice. I've been in camp with Bitebiev, the hardest hitting light heavyweight, you know, in the world. Right. I've sparred him and I've done just fine. I've sparred Badu Jack. I've sparred Peter Cullen, who's like one of the hardest punchers out there. I've sparred so many, even Joshua Boache, who is an Olympic bronze medalist, you know, and he's currently doing really, really well. So all these are guys that are hard hitters that I have sparred that done really well. So it's not like I don't have the quality, but the fact of the matter is there's just so much dirty underlying business in boxing that it just makes it hard for people that are just going by the script or going by the book to do well. And unfortunately, the way the system is set up now, you just cannot beat the system. You either have to join the game or you step out. So my decision now is to play the game. And of course, you know, I'm going to approach it the best way possible to me to make sure that, you know, I'm successful and then at least, you know, I accomplish my goal of becoming a world champion at some point. So
interesting. Talking about marketing, like what that promoter tell you about how African boxers are not good. They're not good for, like, you know, if you market them properly.
We don't have a market. Yeah, we don't have a market. Yeah.
Something the way you go fit do to
change that. I think that for personally, I have thought of ways that I can help, but then I'm not in that position yet to fully implement that because I'm still active in my career. But even when I first came here, my goal was to try to help a lot of African fighters, especially from Ghana, make it to the U.S. so they can establish camp and base here. And much like, you know, a lot of the guys that come from Europe, from Asia and whatnot, we can also, you know, have guys come here. I know say visa might be hard for GH, for Africa in general. But then one of the best ways to start is to start encouraging fighters to come over here to the US. And then once, you know, we're here, we get used to the system. Because we work hard. Like last year where I go GHF, where I go train for GH for a while. And even though, I grew up for that, where I train for that, as I did, I don't realize, Charlie, how hard we did train, where we don't get amenities, we don't get facilities, we don't get supplementation stuff. Like, man, go run like 6 miles, then come back, then you chop nothing, you drink water, then Charlie enter ring, then hustle. Like you finish to go suck nothing, like no BCAAs, protein, nothing, no recovery drinks. They go straight, go chop some bangu or in my case, as I grew up, I was like tea where grandma me they make every morning. So you can imagine say for years I wake up like don't tea like 4, I go train hard. Then from there, I go suck tea get a tea then brother. Then I go school. So like that's the type of like hard training, hard life that we're born out of. So imagine how much better we can do if like we bring some young talent which come here where we start to groom our way they do well, gain popularity among the locals here. And that's the only way that we can beat that whole thing about us not being marketable. Right. Dogbe, Isaac Dogbe, he did a good job, a fairly good job of putting himself out here. I mean, even though he's technically not Ghanaian citizen, but he identifies with, Ghana, Ewe, and all that, and then his theme Neho, but he had also gotten to a point where he was pretty much at the championship level, and then winning the belt helped his case. So I think we just have to bring more of the fighters here, train them here, and then help them kind of develop here so they become more popular here, and that will help their case a lot. Yeah.
So basically, when we see potential, they just will fly early.
Exactly.
That be where the action really day. They gonna the action really
exactly. Well, as you come here, you realize that there are levels to this shit. You understand? Because me, I see people with you all the time and they talk say I be the next world champion, this and that. I'm like, bro. The politics alone, it your path. The politics alone, it be just talent alone. Like it be talent, like more when people be champions. But there's a lot of like planning, organization. Over years. It's just gonna be like you go. I've seen boxers who started really well, where people with them beat Seth have become champions, and they have fallen to the wayside.
Yeah,
it's all about having the support, having the money to keep you going. You still have to work hard. Everybody has to work hard, but ultimately, it's about the support that you have behind you that will help you. So
that be some serious shit you're talking, because I see the video of your last fight with the Eric guy. I was like, I seen about this, because me, I know you say bad man,
Charlie, no be easy, Charlie. I said
I do understand,
It'll be easy. It'll be like, because these people, I they meet them for gym. Where they train. I mean, more of them self, Charlie. Then they shock, the things they do to them. But then on fight night, things they will and they take. Like people if he take coke step, go even Mike Tyson had made in an interview that I saw years ago. So the time when I eat boxing, he take coke. But because of like boxing fans, they forgive that kind of things quickly. So long as you entertain it, they don't care what you took. I mean, see Ryan Garcia said recently he was busted for taking Ostarine against Devin Haney, but right now his stocks have go up. And next fight, they can't fight, they go make more money than
for real.
So I'm like, so what's the point? What's the point of trying to play fair if the people that are being unfair are being even rewarded even more? Look at Canelo. Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol years ago. Right now, people have forgotten about all that. He's considered the face of boxing. Meanwhile, this man has failed, a test in the past. So you realize, say, Charlie, sometimes it don't be everything we be wouldn't talk say be straight. Sometimes you for I wish I knew now. I knew then what I know now. Like as I come here fresh. Like it'll be easy path give me right. It'll be easy cry, but Charlie, you learn and you grow. And with my kind of experience, with the knowledge that I have, and I know I could help more boxers down the line. But the thing we say right now, I'm not in the position to do that. I'm more focused on my career. And then once I decide that, hey, it's time to hang it up and I want to help other fighters, especially from Ghana, I definitely will be able to help them and put them in a position where we can start having more champions out of Africa.
You think to say being raised in Ghana, they make you a bit timid or humble.
Yes, that is a big problem.
On the marketing side of things, no.
No, I realized that one too, because that was something that I had to deal with, like the trauma, like when our parents, Charlie, everything you want to do, Charlie, then they beat you, say, hey, Talaku for here, hey, this, hey, that. So we go through life not realizing that these things really suppress us and keep us, like things that we should be audacious enough to go for. They're essentially stripping us of the confidence. Meanwhile, other people, they see we admire we in ways where we don't even know. And that is a big problem, especially for people coming from Ghana. Because Ghana, Charlie, I don't know what system where the British use for we. There was an observation I made when I was in India. I realized, say, even though, Indians be Indians, Ghanaians be Ghanaians, I still say the way Indians be nice, it be the same way Ghanaians still be nice. Where I still say the only common thing between we and India be say we're both colonized by the British. So my mind be say it be some kind of like maybe dogma or something that teach we where to make we like very too nice and too humble. But as I come, here, as I go more like European nations, you see say they be very hostile. They know even they welcome foreigners. You understand? We pride ourselves on hospitality, and even though it's a
Mm.
good thing, I think that we need to draw the line at certain areas to help the upcoming generation be more. They need to be more, to be bolder, to be less timid, to step up, and claim, what they're really good at. I think that because of the way when our parents raise you, we become very timid. We're docile. That's that, and we get taken advantage of. And in the world today, if you're that way, bro, you think that, oh, you're be nice, people like you, you're kind, you're respectful. No, people take advantage of people like that.
For real.
People
True.
take advantage of people like that, and
Because
unfortunately,
somebody
that's
like
how.
Frederick Lawson. Frederick Lawson
Yes.
from Ghana, he was very arrogant. But he reached
Oh yes.
America, he reached America quiet. They talk, say, I
Exactly.
don't know
I
whether maybe
accept that.
language barrier, maybe the English or what, but
Maybe you go be the English because
yeah,
more Gapwas, that be the only thing where they hold them back, if they
yeah.
play. So
Because they
as
be very entertaining. I mean, don't say that your mind very, very entertaining. You could talk some
of
funny
course,
shit,
of course, of
but
course,
he reached America with just 10 quiet guy in a room,
exactly.
you know?
But because he had to challenge life, may be easier. Because you see, the thing with more of the guys to be say, as they enter boxing, the enter boxing is golf. They just want a better life.
Yeah.
And the real, like, it'd be very few guys where the passion they there, where like they're actually really passionate about boxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because it's something they were born into and they see it as a way out. So
Mm-hmm.
as they can your kid, when they realize, say, Charlie,
They're
more
out.
side jobs, they go if you make money. It's very easy for them to
For
stray
real.
away from it.
For real.
Like I know very good Olympic boxers that have come here and are literally they're not boxing anymore
Right.
because they don't care about boxing, because boxing hard, bro. If
It's
you
hard.
don't love boxing, it's very hard to keep going every single
Very,
day.
very hard.
Me, Seth, every day I come across like, or some of the camps I go to, I go through different camps, and some of the training be so hard. I have to ask myself, how
Why
long will I
this?
keep doing this? Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, Charlie, I know say I get more things I go feed you, but I spent the last 15, 16 years just focused on boxing so much so that right now the way they feel me say, Charlie, I for see it all the way through. And that's really the reason why I'm sticking it. And I love the sport of boxing too. So now to the inside. Like be so like I Jimmy long time. Yeah.
Maybe so.
So
Maybe so. Any advice for the upcoming boxers in Ghana?
yeah,
Because
I
I
go
don't know if you
talk.
realize it lately, the president in Kidi, they invest in
I
boxing
see
quite a
that.
lot. So,
He said, I see say he start some sports company, and he followed me sometime last year, and I realized who he was, and actually my guy who helped me come here had told me about him because him together they had a boxer that they had an issue about. Where just boxers they need to talk through. They go sign with one manager, then if they figure say then go just go sign with another manager because they
yeah,
expect more money,
yeah,
and that is something they need to stop doing. But you know, haven't had a personal conversation with him, but he needs to understand how the business of boxing works here. And I think that for me, my advice, number one advice to boxers is they need to understand how the business works here. And then once they understand that, they have to fight to try to get here. Because if you're really serious about boxing, Ghana is not the place to, like, you can only get so far. Because even 77, as I dated the last time the trainer, I just start with some guys where they don't be my weight class. They heavy past me. They heavy past me cry where like they go fit take my blows. But
yeah,
as you say, that's the know if he take. So my mind will be say, me I be super middleweight or I be middleweight right. If you know if he take my blow, when you come here where they fight your original weight, then people will blow you out in like one round. I be understand. So as you say, they're stuck in the past.
mm,
And there needs to be like an overhaul. And some people like I know Emmanuel Ado. He's based in the U.S. He's now trying to run for Ghana Boxing Association president.
right,
So I hope he is somebody that I also think that okay, like he from the Ghana community already. I be understand.
right,
So they might accept him more, and I hope that he wins because he definitely knows the system, understands the system a little better, and then
right,
he has the I think he's already worked on visas for a couple of people to come over. So I feel like he would be a good direction for the GBA to go to if they're really serious about, you know, preparing the grounds for future champions. So again, you know, my advice is, you know, learn the business part of the sport, and especially understand how, you know, it works on foreign markets, especially the U.S. and then some parts of Europe, and then before you know you really plunge or take that jump, because otherwise, Charlie, it'd be hard life. It'd be hard life. It'd be easy, Charlie.
Not to read your pocket, but you know, we would like know what's the money like going
In
camp
boxing,
with
oh my
going
God,
camp
it's
with the big ones like Canelo them. How much is
I
the
mean,
money
like,
good?
so when it comes to like sparring, I mean, it's not a lot of money, and that's what a lot of people think. I mean, I guess it also depends on where you are in life, because I can't say the time where I catch ESF, you know, like if somebody tell me, say, and this is the going rate for like when you're sparring some of the elite boxers, it's usually around $2,000 a week, right? So I kind of say, as I can't gauge, as I can't keep person, it's like somebody tell me, say, they do something, they give me $2,000 a week, bro. I would like fucking jump to the skies for that. I would be like,
Yeah,
oh my God, hallelujah. But at this point in my life, in the 2,000 a week, you know, I mean, if it was something where you were doing it every week for the whole year,
yeah,
you know, it would make sense. But then you're only there for like 6 weeks at a time, or sometimes way less, sometimes 3 weeks, sometimes eight, you know. So, I mean, it offers a little bit of like income while doing something that you actually love and learning from
for
some of the
real.
best in the
Yeah,
world, you know.
yeah.
And especially for somebody coming fresh out of Ghana, that would be a lot of money. That would be a
Money
great deal, because
for
people
real.
with the fight Seth, you know, sometimes, believe it or not, people that come from Ghana and fight here, they're making $10,000 or less, and they're getting taxes taken out of it, so they're making so much,
For real.
even like so much less. So just
So for you
just
to
because
do
these
that
guys,
for just sparring, you know?
yeah, it's like 2K, 1,500. It can go anywhere from 1,000. I've been in camps where I've been paid like 1K a week. I've been in camps where I've been paid 1,500, $1,500 is typically the standard. But then, you know, sometimes you get an extra 500 for food during the week. And it's just the nature of the business. It's a going rate for even the top level fighters. And I have also had to pay sparring partners like weekly. I haven't paid as much as $1,500, but I've paid up to about $800 a week for like just, you know, sparring
Just
partners to
sparring,
just help
right.
me get ready for fights and whatnot. So it's a way for, you know, other guys who don't get the big fights all the time to also make some money while still pursuing their craft, you know. And yeah, I think it's good, but ultimately too, you have to be careful that you don't fall into the mindset of a sparring partner, because it can derail your own ambitions. You know, you
For
start to
real.
feel like you're less than, and
Yeah.
that's something that I'm very careful about. So yeah.
For real. But yeah, personality wise, Canelo, it be nice person.
Canelo is an amazing guy. He is down to earth. If you came across Canelo, you would not think that he was a millionaire with all these like, you know, expensive cars and properties. He's actually very down to earth, because I mean you see, that be what I mean. Like if I see people with like they're from poverty, and then they start to act better than, and then they act like they're everybody, people, they kite people, you understand, people get to a
Yeah.
point in life where they feel that they're better than, you know, people around them, and they act like they don't even remember people, you know. No, that's not the way to go. Like, there are people who are born into money, where, you know, if you meet them out, you know, say, oh, this guy, you never know what be hala.
Yeah.
So you can understand if they're arrogant, if they act a certain way, because they've never been through poverty. But then a guy like Canelo, I mean, he recently, there was a podcast where he talked about, you know, how he used to sell ice cream and how he didn't have any money. He was very poor. And so people like that, they understand what it is like to be, you know, on the other side, still trying to break through. So yeah, they might have, you know, their moments where they show their lavish lifestyle, but then when you meet them in person, they're very, very, you know, very, very nice, like most boxers. And the people we then be arrogant and things, you know, we all be just for sure, all be too no way than they do. Yeah, but Canelo is like the people that are really worth their salt. They're like They're all very, very nice. Usually the best, the biggest name boxers, they'll be very, very humble. They'll always treat everybody with respect. And Canelo treated me with a lot of respect. He made sure that I had everything that I needed while I was in camp. And I mean, we had great sparring sessions. So, but more guys come safe where they know if it stay 1 week safe. Guys, we like they're also world championship caliber fighters. We
Right, but then they finish sparring.
they know fits like they drop them like flies. I understand. So all that you go through something like that and you look at yourself, you're like, I mean, you want
So
to
basically, would you get kicked out if he beat you rough, he'll kick you out
Oh
of your
yeah, of
house.
course. If he take the sparring, like he did land shots on you where you to go down. What's the point? Because he's trying to get better for his fight. So I mean, Canelo hits hard. He hits very, very hard, and he's very intentional about where he lands his shots. And some of the guys we didn't come, then Canelo get the same opponents that fight before, but still, as in the spot Canelo, they know they fit stand up. Me, the first week I did that, me alone do 30 rounds, just me and him. So it was great for my confidence too, because it makes me realize that okay, like Charlie, you did, yeah, be honest. But then when I bring it to, it just makes us, humble. We don't consider certain things. We often underplay, what we're capable of, and we totally disregard it, and which we shouldn't do. We need to be more, out there, like be proud of what we're able to do and accomplish, and what we're capable of. So, yeah.
Right. So your prediction, Bad versus Canelo. Who you think say Crawford
Oh
versus Canelo?
God. I mean, Canelo would be guy where you see if Canelo was just a big guy who relied on his power, I go talk to you about. But then Canelo would be very smart guy. He'd be very, very skillful guy. He go feed box, he go feed brawl, he go feed counter punch. So it would be just any type of boxer. Just he's just a big, basic boxer. While Bud to be very experienced guy, if you carry Bud in last fight against the Madrimov guy, he struggled, and this guy was slightly bigger. This guy was 154 pounds, so he was moving up to 154, and he fought the Madrimov guy. And this guy, I wouldn't put his skill set in the same category as Canelo. I think Canelo is way better than this guy, and Crawford struggled with this guy. So as Crawford struggled plus this guy, I don't see how he's going to move up in weight and and dominate Canelo. But there's also one thing I know about Crawford too, though, which I noticed very, very early on in his career, and also Floyd. So the thing about Floyd that people don't realize is Floyd had one of the longest reaches in boxing. So that's the length for the reach for most of the people be between, I think it's in inches. Yeah, it'd be between 66 and 69 inches, right? The most being 69 usually. But Floyd had a 72-inch reach. So he knew how to use it very, very well. Now, the only other person who has a longer reach than Floyd is, especially at that weight class, is Crawford. And Crawford had a 74-inch reach. So Crawford's reach is 2 inches longer than Floyd's. And of course, they never got a chance to fight. But I feel like that is especially if you know how to use, that's a big advantage for you. And so Crawford has that reach, and I expect him to use it very well against Canelo. So that might also be a factor. But Canelo has also fought taller opponents, he fought John Ryder, very tall. He fought Callum Smith, very tall. I mean, almost all his opponents have been taller than him, have had longer reaches, but he's found a way to beat them. So, I mean, Crawford is obviously, of a high caliber. But if I had to give the edge to somebody, I think I'll lean towards Canelo.
Anyway, me I had to go with Crawford, But
I have a very interesting story. So about in 2020, somebody had interviewed me. It was at the Mayweather Boxing Gym. Had asked me who I thought would win if Anthony Joshua fought Usyk, right? And at the time, I just gave my honest, candid opinion as a fighter myself, and I was like, well, I feel like Usyk, just because he just has so much more skill, and he's proven over the years that he can adapt and adjust in the course of the fight. So I predicted Usyk to beat Joshua if they fought. wait some guy verse he can't comment for the YouTube. He say me why me I be black man where I did
So what? White
I
man.
predict against my own black man. So me I never go succeed. I just go be opponent where people gonna beat. Then well, I was like, but why you verse? Like at the end of the day, I'm not giving my opinion based off,
race, yeah.
race. Yeah, I'm just giving an opinion of, like their skill set. But this guy never understand. But of course, it wasn't, until recently that they fought and twice. And both times Usyk beat him. So I would love to know where he is now and what he thinks about her prediction now because
you go respect it right now.
It has nothing to do with exactly. It has nothing to do with race. The thing is sometimes you see something, you call it for what it is, and that's what I did. So hey,
Reason my own will be based on race, even more of
no. Of course,
Crawford, he gets some winning mentality.
Yes.
And I feel he go adjust. Even when he starts struggle, he go adjust in the later rounds, And
no, I agree. That's why I'm torn. I think that maybe my bias, comes from the fact that I've already
met him and you've done
exactly.
You've seen him, you've seen him.
And he's the bigger of the two. You understand? Yeah. So I mean, I have but I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Crawford pulls out an upset win. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. So I mean, I think that everybody who picks Crawford is very, whatever the arguments are, is very valid. Very valid. So, yeah.
Wicked. Anyway, it's been a great conversation. Thank you very much for, honoring it as well.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you will get into what I suggest later.
Okay. No, that's the plan. We'll do it eventually.
And also later too in life, I hope you will become GBA president because
I hope so too.
Very intelligent. You'll be very, very intelligent.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that's the plan. We just help everybody as much as we can before we move on. So that's what I purpose for the world. Just help each other be better for the next generation. So,
for real. Yeah. Bro, good luck in everything,
Thank you, boss. All right, great talking to you. Thanks for giving me this avenue.
Bro. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye. Bless.
My chef and party planner. We can't get this retirement/birthday shindig go wrong.
Everything is almost ready, but small problem.
Why, what's up?
We are way over budget, Kweku.
Everything is almost twice the estimate.
Adibab, okay? No worries.
So with Tap Send, I have got a catering decorations covered from here.
You handle the food.
If any extra expenses comes up, just text me or call me.
I'm off today, so I should be easily reachable.
Hey, chairman, it is for day.
Say, no be easy, you. Chairman has time and money.
Allah,
Kweku tap, Kweku do, Kweku that.
Our chairman can't call you.
Hey, Alande, chairman send them.
Tap send. Papa no.
Great conversation, Great conversation, Solid. You might not make us ask plenty questions. Very solid conversation. I really enjoyed it. Proper enjoyed it, I just bet you had listened. And my book where he had really the on your neck. I don't go lie, that was smooth. So Senna. So Charlie, the timid thing there, worry we you. The timid thing, worry we, Got I know a few boxes where before about you, they get character for Charlie, when they take Mike for ring inside for Ghana, the thing they would say, very very funny, they get classes of humor way. To me, not every stage they go take sport there, But when they reach for it, then they turn quiet people. But if you market your body, if you be a character, Derek Chisora, it be that thing they handle more. Derek Chisora, it be the character. Because Derek Chisora will be some special boxer, heavyweight, or it be character and, the question semi go talk and he form killer and since, he started to form that killer thing where David Hay take bottle whacking head inside because You know, not everybody will from killer for in top. So they cool and down, but still you don't give up. You don't stop doing the killer things. You know, you always want from me a killer. That one way they handle them. You know, that thing where they handle them and they spot there. But yeah, bro, that was a great conversation, you know. Because everybody will pass through, you know. This is my fucking stanton at the blood clap building. Stand. Pew pew.